Hello everyone. Key account management is what we'll discuss in this very short video for you to understand. Yes, we are talking about a person who is looking after a certain numbers of accounts. In this case, it might be vendors. In this case, it might be clients. In this case, it can be a portfolio managers. But a particular account that a person's or a group of person is responsible for. So they don't have to go through the whole gamut of the process. Allow me to discuss it with it to you. The traditional sales which we were following vis-a-vis the key account management. Now, what is the overall scenarios? Now, scenario is similar. Let me put it and base it one at a time. Let's say as an overall objective, it is all about in transactional selling or traditional selling, it is all about sales. It is product or services being rendered for which money is to be paid. But in key account management, it is preferred supplier status that we go around it. Why it is preferred supplier status? We understand the nitty-gritties. We understand the survival of both the account managers and the account vendor and the vendee is at stake. So we are mostly as a partner that we start working around it, and that is what the preferred supplier status comes around it. In sales skills, in transactional selling, we talk about asking questions, handling objection, coming up with queries or hiccups. You solve it, probably your sales goes through. But in key account manager management, it is all about building trust. It is all about providing excellent services. It is all about technological sharing. It is all about any breakthrough that can be that has been brought forward can be shared around it. Basically, we're talking about best practices. Nature of relation in transaction selling is short, intermittent. The moment there is a product or service being rendered, the money is being paid, the relationship gets broken off. But in key account management, we are looking for a most intense interaction, longer duration. Yes, did I say the survival of vendor and vendee both are at stake, and that is what the preferred supplier status would be talking around here. Similarly, for salesperson goal, once in transactional selling has been done, you close the sale. But in key account management, we are talking even if the transaction has been done, we will keep in talking. The relationship has to be strong. The status has to be built around it. Why? Because in future we are going to work for each other with each other. So yes, relationship management comes into play. Nature of Salesforce would be one or two salesperson per customer, but it can be a group of people, many salesperson often involved in a multifunctional terms as the case might be. The task, the skills. Let me give it to you what the task and the skills are required by KAM. KAM is Key Account Management. For this particular presentation, the acronym stands for it. So task is to develop long-term relationship. So what are we looking into is building relations. Engaging direct contact with key customers, it's all about being in the good books, all about coordination, all about no miscommunication happening. Maintaining key account records and background information. Keep on negotiations. Keep on keeping each other's abreast of the things. Next is identifying selling opportunities, sales potential of existing key account in terms of human relations, as the case might be. Point number five would be monitoring competitive development affecting key accounts, as the case out here is focus on specific objectives as on when on basis. Report result to upper management. Definitely, yes, key account management is trying to address the customer's problem, trying to diagnose it, trying to preempt it altogether. Monitor or probably control key contact is all about your presentation skills, keeping in loop with each other. Make high level presentation of key contact is generating visibility, reputations, all about being there at the click of a hand. You are being accessible, you are being presentable. Coordinate and expedite the services of key account is all about communication and coordination. Communication among companies units servicing key account is working in a team, and that is what we all try to be around it. Yes, these are the tasks performed. Yes, these are the skills required by KAM or key account management. Like transactional selling, if you want to go around it, or should I say traditional selling. Remember, marketing, engineering, operation, logistic, category management, information technology, finance, board, and R&D, identical for both salesperson and a buyers. So buyer would have its own team, the salesperson would have its own team. Now, what are we looking into it? People might see or get different notions altogether. Why should a buyer have a team? Now, please understand, we are talking from the perspective of a vendor and a vendee. Now, this is what key account management is all about. It for a retail customer, you might not have a team to follow around it. Why? Because the retail customer, the pocket is not so deep. But when you're talking about consumer, or should I say, whenever we're talking about a company-based buying on a large-scale method, you have to have a team that is going to evaluate all the tenders uh, that has been processed. You need to follow it up. But then, what are we looking into? Have it's almost identical a bow tie, right? A salesperson has a different team and a buyer has a different team. But what happens? Let me switch it to the KAM, key account management. The relationship remains the same thing, be it marketing, engineering, operation, logistic, category management, information technology, finance, board, R&D, whatever we go around it, everybody works in tandem with one another. So if an R&D comes up a better solution, it is shared around here. Why did I say? Did I say it is a survival for both of them? Relationship is on a longer duration. So survival if of the vendor and the vendee is stake, people are going to coordinate. And look what has happened from bow tie movement. It has become a little bit of a diamond in shape. So it's coordination, the communication, which is direct between functions from both the vendors and the vendee perspective. Now is what key account management development models to you to be presented out here. Now, right at point zero, it was almost as simple as possible. It was a transactional mode. You give money and you take the product. You give money and the service has been rendered. It was almost a transactional, but with the passage of time, the customer nature of customer relation, if plotted on an x-axis, moves from transactional to collaborative. Similarly, on the levels of involvement become from simple to complex altogether. Why? Because from early KAM is key account management to mid KAM partnership level, and now presently we are looking at synergistic level, where we are not only exchanging notes, we are exchanging cost, we are exchanging everything, so that everybody benefits in the longer period of time. Why? It's not about making profitability. Yes, both the vendor and the vendor is making profitability. How? By driving down the cost. They're aware of it. The survival of the vendor depends on the vendee and vice versa. So that is why it becomes synergistic altogether. We are sharing the cost in manufacturing certain products, coming up with certain services. You look at hotels, you look at hospitals, the service industry, and you will look who is managing and who has the owner, who's the property owner. Might be two different accounts altogether. So pre key account management to right now, it has become from simple to synergistic model, and that is what is the call of the day. Next are the roles and competencies required by KAM managers or key account managers. What the role is also global account strategies. Yes, having ensuring where every penny is moving around. Competencies are the communication skills, coordination of the account, centralized and dispersed requirement. Yes, the global team leadership and management has to take care of it. The global account team managers, leaders, they will have the competencies of all financial acumen, the business acumen thereby. Information broker, relationship management. If the role is of information brokers, we are talking about management of relationship skills. Relationship facilitators or builders, if I may say so. What are we looking into? It? The competencies of they can be visionary leaders having a strong planning capabilities. They can see way ahead of time. The roles are of voice of customers, as in customers advocate. It is all about cultural empathy as far as customer competencies are concerned. The roles of negotiators would be all about problem solving capabilities. That is what we look around. Corporate culture career is selling skill, be it internal or external. Selling skill. When I say external, you are ending up with your vendor or a vendee. When you are internal, you're talking about your team members. You are bringing them on board with the policies, that you're trying to follow around. Transparency, communication, industry market knowledge, product service knowledge is a vital, perhaps must have things around with you for to become a global account manager. Now, what are the relationship accounts? What should be done and what should be not be done? Should not never be done. So, a key account manager should work with account with an agreeable action plan. Remember, agreeable action plan. Understand the key account planning, as in key choice criteria, role of decision making, how decisions are made. Next, do only ever agree what can be delivered and nothing else. Remember, do resolve issues if there are any, find it out and iron it out. Address them. Do confirm agreement in writing. Nothing should be left for speculation. Please, either you get it down in written down, or probably if it is, even if it is an online mode, get an email confirmation. Do communicate internally to identify unresolved problem. Do treat customers as experts. Absolutely, you are not going to take them lightly. Do view issues from customers perspective too. Their point of view can be different from your point of view, and there might be genuinely some concern. Do ask questions. Remember, knowledge is power. What are the things that you should never do or should always avoid? Don't let small issue spoil a relationship. Bigger items should not go come into the way. Don't expect to win everything. Give concession. This will eventually help you build relationship. Don't divulge confidential information from other accounts. Obviously, every account is a sacrosanct in a way. So every vendors would be sacrosanct. You should never divulge any of the details that puts the other one in a precarious position. Don't be afraid to say no when the circumstances demand it. Don't view negotiation as a win-lose scenario. It should always be a win-win scenario as possible. Don't deceive. If you do not know, say no. If you do not understand, say you did not understand. If you have found certain lacunae, say it. Be upfront with our problems, but never deceive. So type of data, there are both hard data and soft data. Hard data are basically addresses, telephone, fax numbers, but soft data are the key decision making members. The choice criteria can differ from changes from time to time. Perception and attitude of the top management can also change. Buying process can change. Assessment of relationship, the preference criteria, the preferred criteria can change. The problem, the threats, the opportunities, the supplier's strength and weaknesses are all tangible, can change with the passage of time. Competitors' strength and weaknesses. Today, what is your weaknesses might eventually become your strength in coming days. So you never know about it. These are all soft things that actually change without affecting the account now, or even in the future. So generally hard data would be your address, your company location data, your customer product sold, the volume, the revenue, anything to do with the numbers in case of capital employed, in case the profit generated, in case the operating ratio. These are hard facts that will speak volume about your performances. Next are your specific particular account that you're talking about it. Supplier sales to account by product. Supplier price level and profitability by product. Details of discounts and allowances that you have made around it. Competitors' products and price levels and sales that comes. Contract expiry dates is very important out here. Now these are the data that has been generated of late, and you should keep a note about it. Hard data are generic and specific, which gives an indication. But please never avoid the soft data. Soft data can gain you mileage over every competitors altogether. Then we have this audit account where we actually know about what particular account has been going around it, which account is performing in which kind of fashion, what kind of business they are generating, are there any impediments, are there any difficulties in execution. So you need to understand the SWOT analysis, the strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat. Based upon it, you need to plan that account, how to manage the objective, how to set the strategies, and what to control and what not to. That is what account audit would tells me. Can key success factors will be a suitability of the key account manager. the team head, the team lead will actually play a pivotal role in the success. In-depth knowledge and understanding of key account customer business, commitment to partnership, delivering values and trust, proper implementation and understanding of key account management concept will take you longer to access altogether. With this, I come to an end of this presentation. Thank you for watching this video till the end.